Wow. Damn, Nigel. In high school, you was the man, Nigel. You know what? I'm not going to... This don't surprise me, So if you've been hiding under a rock, the Philadelphia Eagles have decided to part ways with Nigel Bradham. He will be a free agent moving into free agency. He will be a free agent this offseason. Nigel really didn't do a lot, but Nigel did do some things at the same time. I think don't be surprised if you see the Philadelphia Eagles do what they did with Nigel Bradham. I believe they did it with McLeod after he got hurt. McLeod had he had a contract. They restructured it to bring him back on like a prove-it deal. I can see they did the same thing with Tim Jernigan too. I can see the Philadelphia Eagles bringing Nigel back on a prove-it deal. You know what I mean? A one-year deal, that's a little less than what he was getting. I don't think he'll accept it. I think he'll actually hit the market and go somewhere else. But Nigel Bradham is going to be a free agent. And I'm so glad that 500 and myself are doing this draft board. Because this draft board, the way we're moving, I feel like we're addressing concerns. You know what I mean? I'm not sure if we have any linebackers on our draft board, but we're getting to that point to where we got to start talking about stuff. And I'm glad we're doing it not fast, but we're doing it slow, because this is how a team should operate. This is how I can imagine the front office operating. You got key players. Like from the end of the season, we knew we needed wide receivers, and we select quite a few wide receivers to go on our draft board. From the end of the season, we knew that edge rushing and just pressure on opposing quarterbacks was a bit of a problem for us. That went on our draft board as well. Safeties went on our draft board as well, because you got the upcoming debacle with Malcolm Jenkins and Rodney McLeod, whether they'll be here or not. Things are going on the draft board according to plan. So now the Philadelphia Eagles have to be looking at getting some linebackers. I don't know who else is out there. The kid TJ Edwards that we let go of seems to be like we could have ate it with letting him go, man. You know what I mean? I don't really understand us letting him go. So, he was a rookie. But, Gary showed up a little bit. But back to Nigel Bradham for a minute, man. I think Nigel Bradham was instrumental in the Philadelphia Eagles making the playoffs. He was instrumental. I think Nigel Bradham scored, he scored one defensive touchdown. That touchdown pretty much closed the door on a must-win game. And he also intercepted Aaron Rodgers in Lambeau that closed the door on a must-win game for the Philadelphia Eagles. Correct me if I'm wrong if it wasn't Nigel, but I believe it was Nigel both times. Nigel Bradham, statistically, he wasn't good, just like Fletcher Cox wasn't good statistically. But you can't, like guys like Nigel Bradham, guys like Fletcher Cox, those guys are the reason why we're able to stop the run as effective as we were. A lot of stuff don't pop up on statistical spreadsheets, but at the same time, these guys were effective. Nigel Bradham was pretty effective in run defense. Our overall team has been pretty effective in run defense. We just don't have linebackers that can do both, that can cover and play run defense. You know what I mean? We got these either or type of guys, man. And I think we'll be able to draft a nice replacement for Nigel Bradham. It's some good linebackers out there available. I think the best linebacker is slated to go in the first round. Then your second best guy, they're not talking about him going to the third round. You know what I mean? So it's a lot of linebackers out there in the mix. You know what I mean? You could possibly find your linebacker late in this draft. We have no choice. We have to draft a linebacker. You know what I mean? Because Nigel Bradham was he wasn't really injury prone, but he was reliable enough. You know what I mean? He was instrumental in the year we won the Super Bowl. But things change, man. Things change. So I don't think we're going to miss much without having Nigel Bradham out there. I do think that we're going to grab a linebacker in the draft. Now, Alshon Jeffrey, man. Reports are coming out that Alshon Jeffrey, in fact, was the anonymous source, and the Philadelphia Eagles are looking to cut bait with him. It's going to be a lot of moves that's being made. Now, if Alshon Jeffrey is the anonymous source, he fooled a lot of people, because I didn't think the anonymous source was Alshon Jeffrey. I mean, it just didn't make sense for Alshon Jeffrey to bash Carson Wentz. So Alshon Jeffrey could find himself in a graveyard. Graveyards are places to where they really don't have the chance to win a Super Bowl right now. I think if the Philadelphia Eagles could get a 5th round pick for dude, they'll take it. They'll take it, man. It's not worth having somebody around in the locker room who can divide locker rooms and run the reporters and do sneaky stuff like that. So I don't expect Alshon Jeffrey to be back either. If they are willing to part ways with Nigel Bradham, then they're definitely going to part ways with Alshon Jeffrey. The Philadelphia Eagles, you know, the work that we have to do is getting, you know, it's more and more work. This is a reason why, like, the theory of us trading up for somebody, trading a pick to trade up for somebody, I just don't see it happening, because we need every pick that we possibly can get. That's how it's looking to me. We need every pick in this draft because we got a lot of holes to fill. Now, if you want to trade up to 13, who knows what it's going to cost you to do it? Maybe you could get rid of Alshon Jeffrey. Maybe that's when we get rid of him, you know, a player for a player, and we trade up in the draft. But I don't think too many people are going to be interested in Alshon Jeffrey at his age with his wear and tear. He hasn't been around for that long, but at his age, his wear and tear coming off an injury, I don't know, man. We just got to see what the future holds and how they're going to go about this for draft purposes. But I'm a firm believer in this. You need every single pick. Take what's available at 21 because there's so many wide receivers available in this draft. Don't trade up. I mean, you only could trade up if you're going to go get Jerry Jeudy, CeeDee Lamb, guys like that. You know what I mean? And I think a lot of guys are going to slide because a lot of people aren't that sold on Tua. So if Tua don't go in the top 7, it's going to create an avalanche of people sliding. So this draft is going to be fun, man. I'll tell you that, man, right there. But let me know what you think in the comments. Oh, yeah, I'm also really, really close to 10,000 subscribers, man. Thank you guys, man. 10,000, you know, it's like a benchmark. It's like a staple for YouTube content creators. And I'm really trying to get to that staple, man. Shout out to everybody, man, that been holding me down. You already know the vibes, man. Lord Brunson back at you with the back at you. And I am the best reporting on the Eagles.